We're back. Hi, everybody. This is Morne from Pretoria. I'm a cameraman, and I would like to discuss today some options and opportunities in the situation that we're in right now because of our restriction of movement. Today, we're going to chat with Evert in Bloemfontein. He's an owner of a company called Roystool TV. Please go and check out his website. And I would like to welcome Evert from Bloemfontein. There we go. As I said, Evert looks a bit younger and better and more agile than I am. And today we're going to discuss with Evert a few solutions that he has that you can offer to your clients. Because of our restriction of movement, we obviously have to come up with creative ideas. And I'm going to show you something now that, Evert, I'm going to take you off for a second, that Evert produced, and actually let me put Evert's face next to his promo. And he created this piece of content 2 days before the lockdown. And we'll chat some more after that. Evert, I'm going to take you off for a second there. And I'll take
will be locked down, and if your business is not online, it doesn't exist. So back to the problem. I've received many calls on Evert, should I live stream? Should I use YouTube? How do I live stream? Must I buy a microphone? Must I buy a video camera? Capture card? We've got to. We've prepped an emergency kit for you to get online in no time. Remember, there's so much more that you can sell than just a physical product or a service online. So hit the subscribe button, the notification button, all the bells and whistles so that you can get notified as we roll out the content that you can use to sell online, to thrive online during the lockdown and even afterwards.
So there we go, guys. Evert's content that he produced. Evert, did you see that successfully on your side?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Cool. So Evert is going to give us sort of a rundown of what he's suggesting that we do, and I invite any comments from anybody, and we'll take some comments later. But here we go. Evert, it's over to you.
Okay, thank you, Morne. So today I'm quickly going to discuss live stream, the different kind of live streams that you get. I had some notes here that I will share with you, and the possibilities for every industry. So there's 4 different types of live stream, and there's one of them for each, like say horses for courses. So for each purpose, you will use a specific live stream. You won't use all 4 of them, although you can use all 4 of them. So the first one is a normal live stream that you will send to Facebook or YouTube. Then there's more conferencing, that you can do video live conferences. You can do a live summit, and you can do webinars. So I'm going to go back to each one of them and explain the pros and the cons. So let me get to my slides so I can make sure. So those of you who are not used to live stream can be very difficult if you're not used to stand in front of the camera, but there's ways that you can work around not to be in front of the camera. But this is the best tool if you want to build trust with your audience. They need to trust you before they can buy from your service or your product that you sell. So when you show people, especially behind the scenes, what you are doing, you're actually educating your audience, and you are teaching them, and you are building trust. Now, you will only use live stream when you want engagement. If you don't want engagement, then you can pre-record the video and stream that or just put it on. But the best use for live stream is to get engagement, to speak to your audience, to build a bigger audience and to work with them. So live streaming is where you speak in the camera and you reach a lot of people, but it can be a two-way conversation if they are commenting and sharing their ideas in the comment section of your live stream. So let's jump up to my first one. So live video can be used to connecting with customers, growing a new audience, public webinars, virtual summits, virtual events, and bringing customers into a conversation. The first one that I'm going to talk about is normal live stream. There's 4 levels of normal live stream. The first one is when you use your cell phone, because you got everything that you need in a cell phone to do a live stream to, let's say, YouTube or Facebook, but not to a private platform. That's the only restriction when you work with your cell phone on a level 1. Level 2 is where you will use a camera and maybe a microphone and a light. So it's a second level of live streaming where you use other equipment instead of just your cell phone or maybe your on camera of your laptop or your computer or webcam. The level 2, you can stream to what we do now with BeLive, live stream, StreamYard, YouTube, and Facebook. So there's more platforms that you can stream to when you are on a level 2 live stream. Level 3 is where you will use software like Ecamm or vMix for PC or OBS. I would not advise OBS. OBS is quite a difficult software to use if you're not used to broadcasting. Therefore, I would advise Ecamm if you go with a Mac and vMix if you go with a PC. Those are the best software for your level 3 type of live stream where you use encoding, you want to share your screen, if you want to use 2 different cameras, let's say a cell phone over there and an iPad over there, then you can switch between the different angles. So that will be your level 3, and then let's see, your level 4. Level 4 live stream is where you have almost a production, outside broadcast van, and you have concept with different cameras, and you have camera operators, and you are mixing between a lot of different angles and computers. So that will be your level 4, and this will normally be done by a company that is equipped with broadcast equipment and with cameras and a whole crew to assist you with that. So that will be level 4 of live streaming. So let's move on to the second one, which is video conferencing. This is something that has popped up a lot now, and more companies start to use video conferencing to have meetings. And I know some clients, they have to do coaching, and now they can't do a workshop because you can't get out of your house. Now they're doing workshops via applications like Zoom and Skype. I prefer more Zoom because there's a lot more integration that you can do with Zoom. For instance, you can attach a PayPal account to your Zoom account. So then people can pay to join your Zoom conference so that you can monetize on your intellectual property that you are sharing during your Zoom conference. Let's have a look here. So you can use live video conferencing for work meetings, gatherings, virtual weddings, funerals. We've done that for graduations and summits. So that is the horse for the course. So if you want to do work meetings, virtual events, then you can go with video conferencing. The purpose of video conferencing is it is private. You can have group conversations. There's recording capabilities when you do conferencing of live video. and you can do a one-way conference this way as well. So you don't have everybody to be involved. You can mute everybody. I know of some dance classes, ballet instructors that are doing now with live video, Zoom classes, pilot classes, where they in Gauteng, where they are the instructor invite everybody to the Zoom conference, and then in the Zoom conference, they can show and correct the students while they're busy with the class. And I know of many study leaders that need to get assignments and they need to do assessment. And now they invite the people into a conference and they can do a live assessment with that person because they can share the screen with the questions, and then the person that is doing the assessment can help the student going through the questionnaire or the study material. Okay, let's carry on. What is the cons of video conferencing? It's not good if you want to grow audience because you're not on social media. It's a private group. So you won't use a video conference if you want to grow your audience, and it's not high quality. Zoom is a little bit better quality than Skype, but still it's not very high quality. And recently we've discovered that not everyone can use Zoom. You need a speed of at least 6 meg upload speed. At least a 6 meg upload speed if you want to do something like a Zoom conference. So not everybody is capable of having that high upload speed, but a lot of places have already fiber rollout. And I would suggest if you have a fiber rollout, then you can do something like a live video conference. Okay, next one is virtual summit. That's number 3. Now, virtual summits are private events that attendees register for. So they have to register to attend your virtual summit, and it can be used for conferences and it can be used for events. So let's say you want to stage an event, then you can get a level 4 live stream supplier that can set up everything for you for the event, and then you can live stream the event. I think currently it wouldn't be possible because we're still not allowed to go out of our houses, but in the future, we can still do virtual summits by getting one person there, let's say 2 cameras and a computer, and you can live stream the summit to global, across the world. The pros of a summit is it's private. You can run an entire event online. You can book speakers back to back. You can record them ahead and then play it back during the summit if they're not available during the summit. And you can grow an audience and get a revenue from a virtual summit. So when you do a virtual summit, you can monetize on that live stream. Okay, so what is the cons of a summit? It's not good for reaching social media audiences. And there's quite a big setup time that you need to set up a virtual summit. There's a lot of before work that you need to do in order to set up the whole summit. Otherwise, you will have to stop, rearrange, start again, stop, rearrange, start again. So it's a lot of planning that needs to get into that, but it is one of the best ways to monetize on an event, a virtual event. There's you can use software like Hey Summit and Zoom to do a virtual event as well. Although I said the quality with Zoom will not be that good. Or there's a third way that you can go, and that is by streaming it to a private page. So you can have a page, and only people that paid a monthly subscription or that paid bought a ticket online, they will be allowed to that private page, and then they can see or follow the whole summit on your private page. So that's the third way that you can do a virtual summit. Then we have the last one, webinars. So webinars are private training in a one-to-many delivery style. It is becoming more and more popular, especially with coaching and with online training. There's different sites that you can use to establish your webinars. You can use something called Kajabi. You can use LearnWord, Podia. So there's a lot of different browser-based software that you can use to do or to deliver webinars. Now, what webinars is good for is for teaching in a focused environment with no distractions and offering products and services. The concept of webinar is people are often skeptical because they have to pay to get the value. But if you can deliver with your promo and with your invite enough value for them, then it will be easier for them to trust you and to sign up for your webinar. Normally, people will put a free ebook on their landing page, and then that will direct through a traffic funnel all the way up to a webinar. And you can pre-record the webinar, but you can also do a webinar live, because then you have engagement, better engagement when people start to ask questions regarding your training or the product or the service that you deliver through the webinar. And the pros of a webinar is you can grow quickly your email list. This is emails and email list building and emails marketing strategy is still one of the best, because you have control over the email. You don't have control over your Facebook algorithm or Instagram algorithm, but you can be every day, every week, every month in the inbox, in the face of your potential or already established client with email list building. And webinars is amazing to build that email list. And it can offer focused value, and also it can help you to grow your revenue. There's many ways of how businesses that is not online due to the product and services that they deliver, that can still monetize on this. But I will discuss that now with Mornay as soon as we start to look at the comments and the questions that people have. Mornay, that is all from me.
Thanks, Evert. Valuable information there that you can go and lots of information that Evert has shared with us. You can always go look back and also, contact Evert through his website. I'm sure he'll be able to share in this time with you any insights or information that you might need. Evert, I don't have any questions for you, because everything you're saying makes sense to me.
Okay.
But I'm wondering, you being in the Free State, while we wait for some comments, I can only see of our comments on Facebook is die kyk maar daar as jy sien. The industry in the Free State, are you guys generally without this current restriction of movement, are you guys generally busy? What kind of industry do you have there, and what do you guys get up to?
Okay, so we've lost a ton of amount of work because of events that's been cancelled, of productions that need to be filmed on site and you're not allowed to do it. So what we've decided to do now is to see how many businesses can we help to get online. Because according to me, if you're not online, you don't exist. And now more than ever, because people are locked down, they spend a lot of their time on the internet, on the phones, on the internet, Google, trying to find out. So now it's a time where everybody start to back down, is to step up and to do your marketing as not as loud as possible, but maybe changing the story that you are telling. I think now is the time where most people press the pause button and they're waiting to see what happens, is to, like you've done now, start getting people in a conversation, start to build a community that is supportive, start building or helping people to learn more about marketing. Because I've discovered the last 2 years that one of the biggest challenges, that if you don't know, there's two things. If you don't know accounting, you don't understand what's going on in your books, that's going to fail your business.
It's fatal.
And then number two, if you're not marketing properly, if you're not marketing correctly, you're going to lose a lot of business. And now to start marketing for the time coming, and like for instance, I was talking to a restaurant owner earlier today, and he's closed. He can't do business. And then I told him, but why don't you start on your Facebook page to prepare certain dishes? Tell people, okay, this is the different types of meat that you can order. And that's why a sirloin is better than a rump. Or if you want to prepare something tonight at home, try this recipe. There's always ways to start to engage on online. And I think the other way as well, I've spoken to 4 business leaders, and they are pumped up. They are really focusing on what can we do now to educate our community and to train them that when they come back, they are more educated customers. And then they will be seen as the leaders in the industry because they put out their value and their training out there.
Yeah, I think we I've seen so many chefs. David Higgs is one of them, which I saw lately on Instagram. Every day he posts like he's got a cookbook out, and he's also a chef of a company in Joburg called Marble. And every day he puts out a simple recipe, how to cook a steak perfectly, how to do an omelet. And I mean, I've actually tried, I've learned from that. And I think it's about staying top of mind. It's about staying ahead of the curve. And I think if you're going to not be in the mix of things right now and look and think creatively, you're just going to disappear. And I think to be ready to be ready for the backlog that is coming, because I see this as like a red light that we're stuck in traffic, and everything's just backing up and backing up and backing up, and everything still needs to be produced. I said yesterday on Facebook, it's like we're very pre-production heavy right now. So people are still pre-producing, people are still creating content in the pre-production stage and whatever they can get out remotely. But for us, me specifically, being on set every day, being out there traveling to clients, shooting in studios, being amongst people, doing documentaries, doing commercials, doing television shows. I think that is the backlog that's being created right now. And I think we should be ready for that backlog, because we are going to have to work our butts off to get back. And I promise I'll sort this lighting out, because your picture looks much better than mine, and I'm the DOP here. I'm normally reading the face because I get hot, but anyways, yeah, I think like you said, to go and think creatively about staying ahead of the curve, so people remember, and you are remembered for in this time online, what you need to do, what you can do. And I think it's very important for people to understand, stop focusing, well, let me not say stop, rather focus on what you can do than what you can't do. If you can't move around, you can't move around. I think focus on what your skills are. We're not going to be changing. You're still the same person as what you were yesterday and the day before. And you'll still be the same person with the same skills and the same clients when this thing passes. And I think you've got to remember that you need to make sure that the clients understand that you are ready and creative, and I have discussions with people. We've have offline. We've had some discussions about opportunities that are coming, opportunities we want to talk about, and I wouldn't have known of these opportunities if I didn't discuss it with you, if I didn't talk to you, and I didn't give you a call. So that's where I'm at, is also at this point. I don't see any comments coming through. Maybe I clicked the wrong thing, or maybe there's something that I didn't. I'd like to answer some online comments from people. Let's see if I go onto Facebook here on my Mac. Guys, just be patient with us. This is our first attempt at this, and I'm hoping that people find value in this, and I'm hoping that this platform is giving us some kind of. I see a lot of people have liked it. I see zero comments at this point. Just see, I've got Peter Brits, I've got Wimpy Ackerman that's looking at it, that's liked it, and Byron, who's an editor. So Wimpy Ackerman, if I may add, is a cameraman, DOP. He worked with me for many years, and there's 7 people also there viewing our thing, and he recently he was working for an agency. I also worked for an agency for a while, and he also recently lost his employment and went straight back into freelancing. And it's about knuckling down and getting things done. I don't see us treating this as a 21-day holiday, because eventually, to be brutally honest, the finances will run out. It'll just not. This is obviously not sustainable, and also it's only 21 days. So I'm saying a lot of things. I know you probably want to say something as well, but I think it's time for us to focus on what we can do instead of what we can't do. And I think as soon as you think in that way, well, certainly for me, I was thinking about what can I do instead of what can't I do, and that just gave me the next step. And this is how this came about. And if you want anything else to add to that?
I think, definitely. Now is the time to develop your skills. I think now is the time, because there's not so much pressure on producing, is to up your skill level and to go wherever you can find training, even free training, to up your skills. And then people with skills like you can start a mini online course, develop some content that you can train other people with your skills and monetize on that. Because
I've seen
years of time to get where you are, and a lot of experience to be where you are at. And I think that is value for almost any industry. Let's say you are selling bolts and nuts and gears, you are a Midas or whatever store owner. Start to educate people. Okay, this is the type of nuts that you need to buy. Did you know if you this and this and this with this type of glue, then you can create this type of extension for your bucky or whatever.
Yes, I agree with you. I was just having a conversation earlier with my wife, and she said she would love to share her information on project management, which is a completely different field to what we used to. But project management obviously fits into the pre-production and the production side. But she works for a bank, so it's a different industry, but sort of the same thing. And I think we need to teach people how to be not so much the skills, because it's a very difficult thing to put all that information into a very short time. But there's a lot of value in teaching people emotional intelligence, about how to deal with clients, how to canvas your clients, how to stay top of mind, how to upskill yourself, how to qualify your clients. And I know this is a discussion for later, but yeah, for now, these opportunities of live streaming, people go and watch what Evert said later. This will be recorded on Facebook. I think everybody can find value in this. There's different options which you can choose. Contact Evert. His company is Roystool TV. I'll put that. You can go and get him on that. You see there's his website at the bottom there. Very fancy schmancy. And yeah, I'm absolutely 100% sure that Evert will most welcome everybody's input and questions, and email him. I'm sure if he's available, he'll talk to you. Evert, thank you very much. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about right now, or do you use any parting message that you would like to say to people?
Yeah, I would like to thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for starting this conversation. I think more and more people would love to join this conversation, be part of it, and to give the input where we can go with in this industry of ours.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, the media industry is a vast industry with so many cogs that make the wheel turn. I'm scared to mention everybody because you leave people out, but you've got companies, you've got crew, you've got staff inside the company, you've got crew on the ground shooting stuff, you've got post-production facilities, you've got studios, you've got so many spheres of this industry, and in different sections of the industry, where you're talking about television is a different kind of animal, to commercials is a different animal, to corporate work it's a different animal, to movies. And people always want to shoot a movie, and I've got a script and I want to shoot a movie, and yeah, it's an interesting answer that I usually get. I said, just you need a lot of patience and a good pair of shoes, because you're going to be walking and the doors shut in your face all the time until the one door opens. So yeah, I think I've gone all over the place. I'm not a very attention. I think I've got a little bit of ADD, so I talk about a lot of things that just pop into my head. But yeah, thank you, Evert. I think we're definitely going to have this discussion again in the next weeks to come, and I think this is something we can continue for years to come.
Definitely.
I don't think it's something that's born out of necessity, but I think we're going to go forward and take this discussion through the entire world. Hopefully, this is something we can be chatting. I know there's a guy called Julian in Cape Town, also a DOP and a producer and a director and a shooter, and he does everything. He's also talking with people in the UK for the same thing. Darren earlier on the first broadcast I did this morning or this afternoon was talking about collaboration is the only way forward. There are tech solutions, and there's that's also the way forward. That one can research. But yeah, the collaboration, what we're doing right now, I think is of crucial importance. And yeah, I thank you for being part of this, and I appreciate it. And yeah, we both are going to have a fantastic braai after this. If it's already itching to go and light the fire. And yeah, I'm going to let you go, and thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and have a good time and enjoy the Free State.
Thank you, Mora.
Sure. Yeah, cool, man. Thank you very much. Cheers, Evert.
Bye-bye.
So yeah, everybody, thank you for Evert for joining us on that, and very odd for me to be in front of camera. So let me just state that I'm not a TV presenter. My wife does not do my makeup, as you can see. The lighting is a bit shoddy because it's in our home office. And yeah, thank you for being part of this broadcast. Go and check it out. Leave your comments. In the next few days I'll comment back and see if we can collaborate on any new ideas, and see if we can have a discussion around solutions that you think is going to be valuable, that might work for your clients. And thank you. I really appreciate this. I'm going to play Evert's video again for you guys to see, and then yeah, it's thank you very much, and here we go.
phone? Must I buy a video camera, capture card? We've got to. We've prepped an emergency. Within 2 days, South Africa will be locked down, and if your business is not online, it doesn't exist. So, back to the problem. I've received many calls on, Evert, should I live stream? Should I use YouTube? How do I live stream? Must I buy a microphone? Must I buy a video camera, capture card? We've got to. We've prepped an emergency kit for you to get online in no time. Remember, there's so much more that you can sell than just a physical product or a service online. So, hit the subscribe button, the notification button, all the bells and whistles so that you can get notified as we roll out the content that you can use to sell online, to thrive online during the lockdown and even afterwards.
Well, there you have it. Guys, I'd like to sign off by saying keep the faith, keep producing, keep thinking. We might be locked into our houses for the moment, but our minds are free. Your thoughts are free. Share them. And thank you very much for joining us. And let us know your comments. I'll definitely try and respond to all of them. Thank you, and hopefully see you tomorrow again. I will let you know as soon as the live stream goes live. Thank you, everybody.